Howdy, Bart here, and welcome. So, I'm just starting on a new map here, and kind of experimenting with a few things. Actually, getting dumped that. And so far, yeah, nothing has been done, but that. The sun is going down. It's moving kind of quick. I'll change the speed later, but just playing around with the day-night transition. Go. Nighttime, still got all our clouds. Everything else may not be as necessary for this map because this is actually going to be a hotel. May actually change the name of it later, but I don't know. So let's save. If you're wondering about the rotation of the sun and so forth, yeah, it's pretty simple. I'll go over it really quickly here. So to get that, so you see that the sun is right over there. Sun is actually moving and going down, and the light is actually changing as well. The first thing I did was went to this guy, light source, and I put it straight down. So what I did was I went to that and I went 0, 0, 0. But you can actually use these values right here, 180, negative 90, 180, so that the sunlight's actually pointing straight down. And then with the light source selected, went over here to blueprints, open level blueprint, and then just right click and create reference to light source, and that's right here. And I've already got mine. And then light speed set as a float. I've got mine set to 10 right now. Can make it faster if I want to, but I'll actually probably slow it down to probably 1 so that it's not moving too quickly. And then also you're going to need a reference to your sky sphere. And again, go here, select it, go over here, right click, and create reference to sky sphere. And all you're doing is you're setting your light speed float, and you're taking your delta seconds and doing float times float. So you're going to be multiplying your delta seconds by your light speed off your event tick. Change it off of the pitch. Use your light source, goes directly to add actor local rotation. So you're connecting target to there, return value to here. Sky sphere goes to update sun direction. That's inside the blueprint for the normal sky sphere. And so if you want to look at that, the sky sphere is actually, this is the default sky used by Unreal Engine. Update sun direction. All that's already built in. You don't have to do anything with those guys. So that's all it does. It takes the position of the sun, moves the sun for you, so it rotates around the sky, and then your light source goes in a full circle as well. And as you can see, you get the stars in the sky, and then turns dark. If you don't want it to go completely dark, you can always change the angle of the sun a little bit, but you know, it works, gets the job done. So I'm using City Studio assets in this project. I'm going to end up deleting the floor here in just a few minutes, but I want to go ahead and lower it to 0. So I have a reference point from 0, 0, 0. And I'm going to create this as an interior of a building. So I'm going to go into the meshes for the polygon town and buildings. Now you've got all these lovely buildings you can drag and drop into your maps, and I already have some that actually have interiors and that kind of stuff, but I want a little bit bigger building. So it's going to be a lot of work. So while I'm waiting on my mids to kick in, Get interior walls. Look for right here. Could do the house floor. That's the ceiling. Never mind. I'll end up doing that again later, but so we'll get that. And I'm going to go ahead and zero this one out. And I will go ahead and start creating some folders here. Map shitola. And I'll grab all of these guys except for my interior floor and floor. And I'm just going to drop them right in there in the map shitola. And that guy, I can go ahead and delete him. Control C, Control V. And I'm just going to start rotating. So now I have the basis for the interior floor. So when I hit play, I actually have something to stand on. Yay. How's everybody doing this lovely evening, morning, what have you? Create folder. Flooring. And start moving these in there. So I have to think about the layout and the design of how I'm going to do this. I don't know how big I'm going to make this. I want a decent enough size. This is going to be for a game project. And let's make sure I got snapping turned on. Really like working with these Cinti assets. It makes life so much easier. Because I know these guys are 500 by 500. Kind of gives me some dimensions to work with. So I want this to be the middle of the base floor. Now that lighting is going to affect a lot of things, but once I do the build, and I've got my own interior lighting that's going to change some things. May not even worry about doing that. I may end up taking all that back out because I don't really need to worry about it if I'm going to be in the interior. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of these. So I'm going to make this kind of like a relatively large lobby area. Doesn't have to be huge because I need to have hallways that go off from it and stairwells and things of that nature so I can get to the upstairs. I may actually even do an elevator system as well. Can do a blind elevator where you just walk in, the doors open, you get in, doors close, and then you have like a mild delay, and then doors open, and now you're on the second floor, or third floor, or fourth, or fifth, or whatever. And it's actually just going to teleport instead of actually worrying about a moving item. There's no need to have a moving elevator if you're not going to see it. It'll do all the same thing. So this, cool, that's big enough for the lobby area. I'll do some walls and a door behind me. And we're 6 tiles wide. I'm one of those kind of weird people that I gotta have everything symmetrical. Even though I'm centered and everything's good left to right. If I put a door in, it's going to be either offset to one side or I'm going to have to split it up. So these two are my middle. So I could actually put a door here and a door here so I have a double entrance, and that will work as well. So we just need to find an exterior door. I mean, I got a garage door. I mean, I could always use that and come up with something else for the entryway, but I don't know. So again, how's everybody doing this evening? You don't have to be shy. Alright, so I don't like that one. That one's got kind of a roughed interior. That's better. So to get these positioned correctly, I can look at, since this is negative 500, this anchors that way. So let's try at 0 and look, and that's going to work. Since it's got the interior wall as well, let's go ahead and do this at negative 750. And that should put it right there on the edge. Height-wise, that looks about right. I've got some other doors that I can use in other asset packs, so I'll probably make sure I've got I got city in here also, so I may actually have another door I can put in there. If not, I'm sure there's one from the heist pack. But I don't plan on those doors being usable, but yeah, we'll see as we go. So I need some more wall sections here. Could actually probably do windows. That's garage. I don't want that one. See, they're doubled up. That's good, but these extend down. Not that it really matters, but I want to kind of match them up a little bit. You can see that one's got that bare interior wall. I don't want that. That's good. Don't really want to talk too much about this project. Negative 750. But got a lot of cool shit planned for this. 0 the height. Good stuff. Alright, so that's that wall. And again, the cool thing about these things here is I can actually put the glass in there so that it finishes out the look and the window stuff, because you can see right through there, and I don't want to see through it. So I need to find the window stuff. So regular door. Let's see here. Those are blinds, actually. Probably come back to those and those. These are blinds that are actually down, so that's pretty cool. So I got multiple different kinds of windows here. I'm actually going to use these. You know, doing a good map does actually take a while. I'm looking into something that I don't know if you guys have seen yet. It is, and hell, I forget the damn name of it. It is called the Kinematic Soup Scene Fusion. And what it is, it allows more than one person at a time to work on the same map. So as I'm working on this map right now, somebody else could be in here working on the same map. So I'm working on this wall right here. Somebody else could be doing the other wall. And speed up the whole process of everything. Whenever you've got a large map you're working on, if two people are working on it, then hell, it goes quite a bit faster. Alright. These are shop doors. They're meant to be sliding doors, but let's see if they will work. I guess it doesn't matter which way they rotate, but for now. Just want to close up the opening and prevent people from falling out. And of course it won't line up perfectly. Size is not right either. So I could actually modify the size. Undo that. I want to get it to fill the opening correctly, because if I decide I want to go ahead and do the doors to operate, I'll need to know what size they are. So the whole purpose of this hotel is to be usable and to actually have where players can actually have a room in the hotel. And I'll work on trying to either make it unique so that you can go directly to your door and only you can go in and that kind of stuff. But one thing at a time. I gotta get the basic structure of the hotel done first. And the good thing about it is using the teleportation system, I don't actually have to create the interior for every single solitary room. It's kind of a cool effect seeing the sun change through the windows, and then when it becomes nighttime, you can actually look out the windows and see that it's dark. I may actually freeze it in dark or whatever, but it's nice having that availability of doing that, of seeing the shadows change on the floors. But that means I'm going to have to do interior lighting and get it looking right. So that's that wall. I mean, I can continue to dress it up. Shutters. But let's actually put curtains up. Normally I don't really worry about small details until the main structure is already completed. But you know what, everybody has their own way of doing things. So Control C, Control V, and I'm saying it again. They're overlapping through the windowsill. I guess what I could do is bump up the scale just a hair. Or I could just move the damn things up a little bit. No, I think it looks better that way. And then... shit. I don't know. Let's skip those and... let's actually just do that. And put blinds up. I think that'll work better. So we got partial blinds. And we could do one that is actually all the way up. Yeah, go that way. I don't know. That's good enough. And I'll do this. So there's only one most of the way down. The others are just up. So you can see it changes how the shadows project on the floors by having a little bit extra there. That's good. So what's next? Let's put solid walls across here. And we'll look for the... It doesn't necessarily have to be exterior walls because we're not going to see it on the other side anyway. But what I'll do is I'll do interiors. And those have the... matching there. Okay. So if I decide I want to continue the hotel, I can continue it this way. And I'll be able to already have the interior walls. Go 750, and I am going to zero that one out so that it's at a known variable. Control C, Control V. Again, if anybody comes up with any questions, just shout. I am not known for being the best map maker in the world, so yeah, that's the thing. And I need some stars. And that's just the railings. What is that? We'll come back to that. What, is collision is screwed on that? Let's take a look. Yeah, collision is not right. I don't know, that seems a little bit small and tight for hotel stairs, but I wanted it to transition to get up to the second floor. It's kind of the same there. Alright, well, I'll come back to that. Let's actually put the ceiling in, get that done. And you can only see it from here, which is going to be kind of sucky. When we have it selected, we can see at least that shape. So 0, 0, Actually, no, I want to do that. I want to make sure that I get walls in their appropriate flooring. So I want walls and I am going to leave the doors in there for now. Keep in the habit of being clean. And we'll do another folder called Ceiling. And I have no clue how to frickin' spell it. Seiling. Damn, I spelled it right. So why are you not? Control C, Control V. And then one more. Again, you can't see them because they're only visible on one side. Try it at negative 500 and see if that lines up. And it should, yep. See, that's the importance of not being able to see right here, of having everything set to 000 and knowing your tile size is 500 by 500. So now I can do this. So now I have ceilings. Now, they're black. What if I don't want to keep a black ceiling or like dark blue color? Let us grab all of them and let's go ahead and put them in the right location. But you can also do this and change the style by changing the material. That is definitely a bonus for Stindy Studios to have multiple colors and textures and so forth of the same frickin' thing. So each model could actually have considerable different look just by changing that. Still looks black, but we don't have any lighting in here. So let's go ahead and do quick build so we can force the lighting to get done. But boy, Skippy was working on a hotel. He was doing all BSP geometries. And what he was doing was looking pretty good. So yeah, we're definitely going to need some interior lighting in here. So I think what I'll do is, for now, I'm just going to close off this room. I'm going to grab this wall and I'm going to copy it to here and to here and just seal the room off. And then I'll make a blueprint light. So let's grab you guys, Control C, Control V, and now I can rotate. And let's get them in position. Now, I'm eyeballing this and it looks pretty good. So now if we take a look at it, we'll have an enclosed room, and we shouldn't have much in the way of bleed over, but we're having, the lighting is still showing through. So I'm gonna do another lighting build, and let's see if it fixes that problem. I want these textures to actually, or the materials and the models themselves to actually block off any exterior lighting. So any lighting that I have inside here doesn't need to be in, only the window lighting should be affected. But you see how the shadows are growing all the way across there, and nighttime it's completely dark. So that's pretty good, I guess. But now I can see through my damn ceiling. I don't want to see through my ceiling. Yeah, I see through the ceiling, and that's no bueno. And it's casting a shadow all the way through because the sunlight's coming through the floor actually and projecting. So I think what I'm just going to go ahead and do is go back to my blueprints, and let's actually wait until the sun's coming up. And go to my blueprint, and I'm going to uncheck this. Can always come back to it later. And now I'm going to have to look at my light source again. Not happy with that. The light won't move now, but I don't like that. It's black right here, but bright white over here lighting. The shadows aren't projecting correctly. So that's no bueno. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 180 negative 90 and 180. I want it to be straight down, so I'm going to ignore all that for now. And lighting, it's just not going to light the interior structure, but the floor is bright as hell. Lighting in myself is just like the bane of my existence. So if I do another lighting build, I wanted to just be right. And like I said, me and lighting, that's why I don't do maps. Is lighting alone is the one thing that pisses me off so much about interior building. I'll build exterior stuff all day long, but whenever it comes to interior stuff and lighting that, and yeah. What I'm wanting is an area where players can gather and loiter. So I'm just going to switch off and do an exterior scene for right now. Something that's going to be more cooperative. Then if I want to, I can do the lighting thing in there, but yeah, I'm giving up on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do file, new level, default. So here's the thing also is if I use just those tiles to create everything, then I'm going to have a buttload of actors. And I don't necessarily need all those tiles everywhere. So I'm going to create a basic terrain. I'm going to go ahead and dump that, and I'm going to dump the reflection capture. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my maps folder and create something new. And actually, I'm going to leave the hotel map alone. I may come back and revisit that one. Go to landscape. As you can see, it's 8 by 8 by default, and I'm referring to the number of components. Let's actually change it to 2 by 2, and that cuts it down considerably. So your components are these big squares here. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but there's actually 4 squares, 2 by 2. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So let's look at 3 by 3. I normally do 4 by 4, and that's actually pretty decent. And actually, I'll do that. I'll do 4 by 4. And then I can do create. So if I did fill world, it would just flood everything in there. Hey, Jasper. So I'm just going to create that. And done with it for now. So I'm going to go back to this. And let's see if I can remember how I did the sunlight lighting thing. We go to blueprints, open level blueprint. I just need to get rid of the event begin play. I need to move its buttocks here, and I'm going to do float times float. I'm going to create another variable here, which is going to be my light speed. Make that a float. Then compile, and then I'm going to go ahead and drag that over to here. I'm going to set that value to 10. Still going to be a little bit fast. Compile, save, and cancel, eat a dick. We need to grab our light source, make it movable. There's a very important step there. And I want to change the direction on rotation of 180, negative 90, and 180. And while I've got it selected, come in here and right click and select create reference to light source. And I might as well go ahead and do the same thing on the sphere, sky sphere. Select it, come in, right click, and create reference to sky sphere. We know on this one we're going to get a reference to the update sun direction. Move that over here. And on this one, add actor local rotation. This is going to go to here. So we need to get that. And we need to get crap. We had to no, off of here. Make rotator. And we don't want off of the roll. We want it off of the pitch. Check that in there. Neaten things up a little bit. Connect this to here. And that should be all I need. So, light speed, we're doing delta in seconds. We're doing float times float. Light speed is a variable that I made, which is a float with a value of 10. We're making a rotator to get the pitch, setting that to the delta rotation, and everything should be good. So compile and let's save this. This is going to be park. I don't give a shit. just so I'll have it. It'll be named. So if you hit play, exit game, and quit being a dipshit, go to your world settings, go to third person game mode, and save all because we're being stupid, and play. And you suck. Let's go to player start, F to focus, and move. Wait, landscape. Your ass needs to be at 0. 0, you pain in the ass. And you only need to be at 150. So now we hit play. Where's our sun? Alright, you see the sun's hauling ass across the sky, and it gonna get dark. And it are getting dark. There you go. There's your day-night cycle. So this terrain looks absolutely sexy. Ain't shit in there. Next thing I'm gonna do is go to Polygon Nature. Go to Mesh. Terrain. I'm going to keep this skybox and skysphere because I have more control over it. Drag this guy in. You can't see it, but let's go ahead and zero it out. But I'm going to bring it up. Usually bring it up to like 10,000. So now that we're in here on our map, we have something that's projected off in the distance. We have mountains back there. Even though we're not going to be able to go to it, we'll be able to see it. And it fills up part of the sky. I think that'll be pretty good. So now with the Cindy Studios stuff, I'm not going to put a material or a landscape material on at all for right now because I want to see my reference squares. Later on, I will import in some textures that I made, then paint it, and it'll look like grass or dirt or whatever I want. I can then paint as needed to kind of make the stuff blend in. But now when I'm putting things in, I don't have to be dead on. Because I know that the Polygon City, the streets, need to be above the ground plane. So, like with that Polygon City, meshes, environment. If I want to put a street in, and I'm just going to pop one in for an example. And then I'll probably take a break on this because I want to think about what I'm going to do with this map. But when I actually put down sidewalk pieces, and those are the one, I want to make sure that I have the ability to, as you can see, if I do 0, 0, and 0, it's going to be flat. And if I take a look at it, you can see it's just going to look like crap. So if I grab it and actually bring it up, and I'm going to bring it up at least to, if I do it at 120, yes, I'm not going to be able to walk directly on it, but I can now see inside that drain. And also if I put in this tile, and let's make it 120 as well. See how it has where it cuts in, and I can actually go into this one and change the collision. And don't need you open. I'm not going to put sound in just yet. So if I put that in here and I take a look at it, now as I'm walking through, if I step into it, I can fall into the hole. But something like this, you could put traffic cones up and things like that. But you wanted to just bring it up above. Since everything is set at 120, you're going to have to remember what that value is. The only other option, if you want to put this down and you want to keep your tiles at 100, you grab this one, I'll grab this one, and I'll set the height of 0. So you can see now you lose all that detail and it looks kind of like crap. So you can actually go into your landscape and your sculpting tool, turn that tool way the hell down. I would say probably, yeah, about 100 instead of several thousand. So then you can actually come in here and do this. Hold down the shift key, and then left click, and you could dig out that area right there where that is. You don't have to worry about it actually going to where this is, because you'll have a road texture. And see how it's overlapping? You get that weird effect there. Yeah, two things you can do is just dig out underneath it a little bit so it gets rid of that mess. So you're just shrinking the terrain down for the areas where you need to go. And you could do it that way, but it's a lot of extra work. That way you could do things like this, and it's just fine. But it's just a lot easier and less time consuming. I'm going to grab my flatten tool, and I'm going to turn my tool up, and I'm just going to do that. Reflatten everything, and just remember that on my floor tiles I want to have my elevation set to 150. Now as I'm building the rest of the world, I could set everything else to 150, and that allows me to just smooth it and taper it, do whatever I want, but I know that my tiles are always going to be in the correct location. So I bring in like a road section here, just got to remember that I want to put it at 150, rotate it, and it'll work out just fine. And with it at 500. See, lovely. And again, love having the fact that these tiles are 500 by 500, so you have known dimensions you can work from. And what I recommend, if you're going to use these assets, before you start building anything, go to Walmart, go somewhere, and get graph paper, and start sketching things out on graph paper. That way you've got cubes. You can use one square is equal to one of the tiles, and you can lay out a general overview, and then you can scale it up to where 4 of them equals one tile or whatever. You know, you come up with your own scale. So now if I want to put the regular sidewalks back in, do straight sidewalks, and just rotate it 180. I'll do nice and easy. So you really only want to do the necessary tiles that you need to do to get the job done. Let's just go ahead and delete that one for right now. Now I want to hit play. I am in the ground because I didn't move my player. So there you go. Put what you got to have where you got to have it, and there you go. All right. Any questions? I think I want to kick back, relax a little bit, and the meds should be kicking in any minute now. Might actually go back to playing some World of Warships. I don't know. So this will get started, and what I'll do is I will think about what I want for my map, and I'll lay it out. I'll see if I can come up with a way to fix the other lighting issue. But if nothing else, I want to show in this video how you can do the moving lighting, the moving sun, be able to transition from daytime to nighttime, do a full daylight cycle, I guess you can call it. A lot easier than what you would think. Alright guys, I'm going to take a break and probably get some sleep. I have not slept much at all in the last couple days because this damn toothache and these pain pills. Once they kick in, I'm stuck in first gear. So I will try to come up with some decent breakdown things, like, you know, this feature, that feature, but I'm gonna keep doing the questions and answers videos. I'll try to do those every other day or so. And let's keep in mind, I do have a game project that I want to have ready for release in less than a month. Well, just over a month. So I got a tight timeline to finish everything. And if anybody is any good with maps and has the City Studios asset packs, let me know. I could always use a map banker, so I could actually get back to making the regular content instead of worrying about the maps. I've got plenty of room on my team because pretty much got rid of everybody else, so we're a limited team now, and 99.99% of the work is being done by me. In fact, 100% of the work is being done by me right now. I've got somebody that's working on some not animations, the AI, and as soon as I get his test work done and get something back from him, I'll at least have some AI, but I'm not going to be using him in this project. I will have some stationary AI, some that might move around a little bit, but for the most part, all the AI that's going to be in this project is just going to be passive. They're not going to be aggressive in any way, shape, or form. I'll elaborate more on this project as I get more done and get it ready and getting it more and more. Well, I do appreciate it. Yeah. If you want to hit some World of Warships, we can talk about it while we play. I don't want to get public with information about this project because it's all the same basic project, but I've added one more intermediate step for release of how the game is going to be. Okay, this is what it's going to be on release, and this is what's going to be added in the stages of development. Start off with one thing. No worries. But yeah, I'm pretty much, as soon as these pain pills kick in, I'm going to be freaking hammered anyway. But I'll break down and I'll do a separate video just on this day-night cycle. It'll be a short video. You know, it'll take 5 minutes to go through it. I, on a good day, only sleep for about 6 hours anyway, so when I get back up, then I'll shout in Discord. Say, hey mofos, here I am. So I'm actually going to give this a think on what I'm going to do with this, but I do like having the day-night cycle on this map, and I do like having the mountains in the background. This is not the character I'm going to use. I'm actually going to be building a character selection system, and I just need to make sure that I'm replicating the selection correctly so that not everybody is the same character. And you can have as many people on this. This is going to be using my simple multiplayer as well, because this is going to go on Steam, and I'm going to be doing some advanced functioning on that because I'm going to go ahead and get the Steam app ID probably within a week. I mean, I got the money to get it now, but we'll have to see after I hit the dentist. So I'm just waiting for a dental appointment so I can get this tooth taken care of. Toothaches suck. But I'm losing my momentum right now, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And if you guys want to chat in Discord, we can text chat, voice chat, whatever. Just let me know. I'm going to go kick back, relax for just a minute. I'm going to be right here in front of the computer, but I'm going to stop working on this project, and I'm going to get ready to go have a smoke and sit outside, and I will think about what I'm going to do with this project and this particular map. And then if any of you guys want to do some maps for me, then that would be greatly appreciated. And the Fright Night stuff, I still need those maps as well. I will have to make an amendment to the timeline. October, if you want your map as something that we can potentially use in the project that I'm releasing a game so that it's there 1 week prior to Halloween. So I need at least a week. So the 17th of October is when I need to see a final map, and that way it gives me time to say, okay, this is great, let's go through, we'll check it out. I'll put it in one of my simple multiplayer templates, and we can run around, check it out together. And then if there's any problems, I can say, hey, this needs to be fixed. And then, you know, that gives us a week of fudge time to get it ready for release on the 24th and upload and everything else. And just so you guys know, the 3rd, that Wednesday right there, that are my birthday. So you can send all of my birthday presents care of PayPal. That would be lovely. I'm not expecting you guys to do anything, but just saying, you know, just in case. Sweet. I'd love to see it. I want to try to feature the Fright Night stuff is going to be part of a seasonal operation, and then the very best map that gets voted on, I will try to make it a year-round thing and make it into an actual game mode. So we can talk about that once I'm able to keep my brain in order. But we'll turn that map into a survival game, and it'll be a mode that you can play from inside of this project that I'm working on. Fright Night is actually a side project of the main project, and it will be a what I like to call the main game, or a primary game, or I don't have a good name for it just yet, but you got side games, which will be little things like you can go to a slot machine or have a casino. Those are little small games, things that you can play with everybody else around. But then there's going to be larger scale games that you can branch off and go play separately. So again, more details as time comes, but for now, let's get me some Fright Night maps ready, and I'm gonna go do a terrible thing and have a cigarette. Smoking is bad, don't do it. So I'm actually gonna save my project, and I am gonna come back to it. I just can't keep my focus. The name of the project, I'm still going to keep the original name that I started off with, and it's COG, Center of Gravity. Wow, what the hell happened to my FPS? I don't know why my frames just dropped to 10. Perfect time to take a break. Alright guys, catch up with me on Discord, and thanks for watching everybody.